EPA range numbers have just come out for the Ioniq 5 and the Kia EV6 in the United States. And the news is pretty good. But there's still one big problem. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans. Fantastic to have you here. Another beautiful day on planet Earth. More great news about electric cars. And that is more models. More impressive cars as well. Now, the EV6 and the Ioniq 5 are seriously impressive electric cars from Hyundai/Kia. They're more or less the same vehicle, really very similar dimensions. But before I get on to what the big issue here with these two vehicles is, I want to say a big welcome to all the new subscribers of the channel. Awesome to have you here. Make sure you check out the 650 plus videos that we've created over the last 7 months now. Those videos will give you a good idea of exactly what's happening in the industry. A big shout out as well to Patreons of the channel. There's been a few new Patreons come on lately. Welcome and thank you to those new Patreons. If you want to become a Patreon of the channel, I'll put a link in the description below so that you can do so. And I really appreciate everyone's support. It does make a big difference to helping us create more videos, helping us educate more people about how electric cars are just so much better than gas vehicles. So, the Ioniq 5 long-range version with the bigger 77 kilowatt-hour battery pack has an EPA range of 300 miles, which is pretty good. The Kia EV6 official EPA range for the long-range version, 77 kilowatt-hour battery, the same pack as what's in the Ioniq 5, is 310 miles. So 10 miles longer than the Ioniq 5. And the reason for that is, well, the EV6 is, as you can see, a lower vehicle. Or even though the drag coefficient is apparently the same for both these vehicles, you can pretty easily see which vehicle is higher and which vehicle would be more aerodynamic than the other. And obviously the EV6 is more of a station wagon looking vehicle, probably the sexiest station wagon you can buy on the market right now. And the Ioniq 5 is more of a large hatch SUV type vehicle. But obviously they're both very similar. You've got to admit, you have to admit this, right? These are two of the best looking electric cars on the market. Hands down. Massive. Whoever designed these cars, the designers at Kia and Hyundai, I haven't looked them up because I don't really care. But to be honest, whoever designed these cars, give them a pay rise. And maybe Tesla, you should think about hiring them as well. Honestly, massive kudos to you guys. Well done. Now, the entry-level Kia EV6 standard range rear-wheel drive comes with a 58 kilowatt-hour battery and a single motor with rear-wheel drive, and it does 232 miles or 373 kilometers on a single charge, according to the EPA combined cycle. Now, if you want to get the long-range all-wheel drive, which comes with the 77 kilowatt-hour battery pack, then that vehicle will get you less range, around about 274 miles or 441 kilometers. So it's about 60 kilometers less range if you get the all-wheel drive model. Now, what I'm confused about here is, apparently the EV6, the all-wheel drive model, has the ability to turn off the rear motor, so you can just drive on the front motor, which should in theory increase the car's efficiency. That said, it would still be heavier because you're still carrying that other motor. But you would think, right, if you're driving the vehicle and it turns off, you put it in the setting where you can turn off that rear motor and just drive on the front motor alone, that should increase the EPA range. So I'm not sure. The EPA didn't say whether or not they actually tested this all-wheel drive model using it in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. I'm going to guess they use it in four-wheel drive. So it's possible you could get better efficiency numbers from the long-wheel drive variant. Now the same applies to the Ioniq 5. But the two big problems with these vehicles, and it's the big problem of Hyundai and Kia, is that Hyundai and Kia, specifically more so Hyundai, have heavily invested into hydrogen. So their sunk cost bias is still very much affecting South Korea as a country and South Korean automakers. Because while the government has given them literally hundreds of millions of dollars to invest into hydrogen vehicles, they've done that. Now, obviously, there's no demand for hydrogen vehicles. The only place in the world that really buys them is South Koreans, where they still only buy a very small number. But obviously, Kia and Hyundai still are not willing to accept the fact that electric cars are the future. They still haven't accepted the fact that by 2030, That is all people will want to buy. And so therefore, they are not actually planning to make a big number of these cars. There's countries all around the world where people are literally begging Hyundai and Kia, please let me buy one. Seriously, I'm not joking. This is true. It's happening. I've seen forum comments everywhere. Hundreds of forum comments, maybe thousands. People wanting these cars. And I mean thousands of people want to buy these cars. Thousands of people want the EV6. Who knows, maybe hundreds of thousands want both of these vehicles. But Kia and Hyundai simply are not manufacturing them. And that, my friends, is the big problem here. These vehicles, unfortunately, are simply compliance cars right now. Don't get me wrong. It's better to have these than to have nothing. Certainly, it's a step in the right direction. But the reality is, if you're not planning to make millions of electric cars by 2026, 2028, 2030, then you are planning to fail. It'd be like saying, you know what, in 2026, we'll make a few smartphones. 40% of our phones will be smartphones. 40% will be the old Nokia 3310s, and the other ones will be phones powered by petrol or hydrogen or diesel. Seriously, that is where the market is going. Have a look at the market. Have a look at Germany. Only less than 50% of all cars sold in Germany last month were actually petrol and diesel vehicles. The same is going on all over Europe. In China, 5% of cars last year that were sold in the country were electric. In November, 21% were electric. That's 4 times as many in the space of 1 year. Where are we going to be in 2026? Kia and Hyundai. Just have a look, please. Just have a look at what's going on all over the world. Now, I'm saying this for your own sake, Kia and Hyundai. Hopefully, one of you is watching this video. Hopefully, someone will share it with you, and you'll wake up and smell the roses, because you've made 2 fantastic cars and people want to buy them. People want to buy your product, and you're simply not making anywhere near enough of them. Thanks for watching the video. Look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Bye-bye.